Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Dragon Ball Super superhero Son Goku. Now, when I reviewed the Vegeta earlier, I didn't have this figure yet, but it was on the way. I initially didn't want it because I've got so many Gokus already and so many similar Gokus already, but over time the superhero designs grew on me, and the modern S.H.Figuarts designs really grew on me, how there's a stronger focus on facial detail and expressiveness. So even if it was a figure that I'd previously handled, it feels different because of the way that they handle the faces and the coloring, that it breathes new life into an old design. So I eventually caved and got it. So in case you're wondering why I didn't compare the two in the Vegeta review, I just did not have the Goku then. But this is pretty much what you expect it to be. It's the 2.0 Goku, which is pretty much the standard for S.H.Figuarts. Even now, while I think the 3.0 should be the standard, it still seems like we've got a little bit more life left in the 2.0 molds. And it makes sense just because it captures the character's likeness enough and seems to be easy enough to mass produce that they have been going strong at it for a number of years. But generally this is the same sort of figure you've seen before, so it might be a quicker review just because it is going to be quite formulaic this time around. But you can see it's the standard S.H.Figuarts box, a clear window into the front and a promo image along the side, comic book panels on the side, promo images on the back, etc, etc. It all looks very nice and the colour scheme matches all the other superhero figures. But once you take Goku out of the box, you can see some slight differences. So this is the 2.0 mold, so pretty much the same as the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. And while it is mostly the same, there are a few key differences, in particular the paint and detail, and very slight differences in terms of accessories, mainly because this Goku's expressions are different and he doesn't have like that sort of happy waving hand that the Saiyan Raised on Earth one comes packaged with. But taken out of the box and put on a display, here is the superhero Goku, and just by himself he looks quite standard. It's pretty much all what you'd expect from this figure, just really nice detailing, good colours. The difference in skin tone compared to other figure arts or other previous Goku figure arts is quite noticeable. This is more of like a flesh tone, whereas the others are a bit more of a yellowish skin tone, and it's a little bit jarring when they're all next to each other. But I think that the superior colouring works quite well. I like the shading throughout the figure, and the sculpt just works quite nicely with this very vibrant orange. But otherwise everything is pretty much the same. If you put him side by side with the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, you can see they're pretty much exactly the same. It's just all colour differences and some very slight sculpting differences because the V-cut on his gi is much lower. And here he is next to the superhero Vegeta, so you can see how they sort of stack up against each other, which I think looks quite nice. But again, generally it's like 95% the exact same figure as Saiyan Raised on Earth. It's a 2.0 Goku. But we'll go into posability, so there's a ball joint at the head which allows him to move side to side and forward and back. His arms can move out that far, and it does move his little shoulder piece. The arms can rotate all full 360. There is an upper arm swivel, as well as a double bend at the elbow, and a ball hinge at the wrist. There is a ball joint in the upper torso, which allows for side to side and crunching. You can also extend it a bit to get a little bit more out of the figure. There is a swivel at the waist, and you can move his belt a little bit. He can do the splits pretty well. He can kick forward that far and back that far, which is really nice. He's got a double bend at the knee, as well as a ball joint at the ankle and a hinge at the toe. And that's pretty much it. It is very much the standard for 2.0 Goku. So once again, just very much the standard posability of the 2.0 Goku. Nothing really to write home about here. It's just another solid release. He moves exactly the same as you would expect. If you've ever held a 2.0 figure, especially a 2.0 Goku, you pretty much know what you're getting. But the thing that makes this one more special are genuinely the faces. So he comes with a sort of determined smiling face out of the box, comes with a looking to the side smiling face, comes with a shouting face with big wide eyes, as well as a teeth gritted sort of surprise face. And I really like the shouting face and the teeth gritted face. They have so much personality and really breathe life into Goku. Like, we've had some goofy faces for him before, but none like this. This really captures that sort of playfulness that Goku has. And with those faces, I think you can get a good amount out of this figure. I really enjoy the shouting face in particular. It feels like there's so much more weight and emotion put behind, say, like a Ki Blast or a Kamehameha. It feels like Goku is like putting his all into it, and I think it looks really good, especially if you put him side by side with the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, which is a really good figure, but it was before they started doing heavy detail on the faces. So while the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku has a shouting expression, it's not nearly as sort of alive as the superhero Goku. So putting them side by side, you can really feel that. You can also see the skin tone difference, which I think is pretty weird, because by themselves I never noticed something like that. But yeah, there's just so much more going on with this figure, even though it is pretty much identical to previous releases. It just feels good. He was released at a pretty budget price point as well, and he pairs well with pretty much any Vegeta, but in particular the other superhero Vegeta, and they just look good. It's a nice update to a pretty damn solid mold. The only thing that I think would have improved it is if it had more unique accessories, but if you don't have a 2.0 Goku, this is definitely a fantastic one to start with, even though I would say the Saiyan Raised on Earth one is probably more important, just because most of the external accessory packs S.H.Figuarts make are for the base Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, not the superhero one. So there is more to do with the older release, but this is still a fantastic piece. If you had to choose one Goku at base form, I'd say probably this one. He's just a nice, solid figure, nothing too crazy, but he's pretty much everything he needs to be. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.